Perfect day trading setup doesn't happen every day, but once again, today, we had a beautiful setup here at open. Going to show you guys the trade, break it all down, the entry, the exit, and all that fun stuff right here in this video. So make sure you guys stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Patrick here. If you missed out on this morning's live stream, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, we'll be live. So tune in tomorrow morning. We're going over the overall market, the NASDAQ, the SPY, looking at stocks and all that fun stuff. So let's talk about the setup that went down this morning, this beautiful textbook setup. So the first thing that I did this morning when I got on the computer is I looked at where we were on the bigger picture. Looking at the 30-minute chart here, what are we looking at? What's going on? We actually had a small gap down. We had this 30-minute candle. We had this support here at the 308 area. So right out of the gates, I was already bullish, thinking that we're going to push up to the 312s. I talked about it during the live stream. I was like, all right, guys, I'm looking for a long here. I think we're going to push, and there's potential for a move up to that 312 area. And then you might wonder, why 312s? Well, I'm thinking we got this 312 area back here as resistance, right, like that. So that's kind of my target. That whole dollar area as well being resistance, 312, 313. Those whole dollar areas always kind of act as psychological resistance. So right there at the open, we ended up gapping down. We dumped down to the 308 area. But like I said, looking at the chart, I saw that that 308 area was being supported. That was previous resistance here from yesterday. Previous resistance at that 308 area that turned into support. So seeing that today, again, I'm like, okay, if we can hold that 308 area, that's going to be bullish, and I'm going to be looking to get long. So we had the squeeze from the 40s all the way up here to the 720 area. During the live stream, I was looking for a move above 700s here on the 12,700 level. We got that push, and at that point, I'm saying to everybody, all right, look, we need to pull back. Let's retest those areas, and then we'll get a move higher, and that's what we're looking for. We got the VWAP, we've got the EMAs, we've got the area of support as well, and things to look at here, turning that previous area of resistance into support. If you guys want to learn more about the platform that I'm using for trading futures, there's a link down below. It's the IronBeam app. You can use it on any platform, Mac, PC, your phone, your tablet, your Android, all those things. You can check them out. It's the IronBeam app. There's a link down below to learn more about what's going on with the IronBeam app. And if you look here on the Qs, what do we got? We got the VWAP right there at that 309 level. We've pushed back above 309. We're now turning that 309 level into support. So what do we got? We got the breakout here to the upside on the 3-minute chart. And we pushed from the 309s up there to almost 311.71. So almost up there to 312. So an overall just beautiful setup here. Again, guys, that VWAP, the EMA, everything. We got support, resistance. We got all these things pointing to one direction. The 30-minute chart, everything looking bullish at that point. So I'm thinking, okay, if we can push above that 310.50, yesterday's close, well, then 312 is very, very doable. And that's exactly what we got. I did this all during the live stream as well. Like, we went through this whole entire setup during the live stream, broke it down for everyone, talked about it, and then kind of went over the play as we were in it. Looking here at the IronBeam app, you can see as well that consolidation there on the 1-minute chart. We're right there at the EMAs. That previous area of resistance, the 680 area, is now turning into support. And we get a move from the 680s all the way up there to 780. So a 100-handle move from that entry at the VWAP, at the EMA, at the previous area of resistance turning into support. I mean, there is too many things here that wouldn't have, like, basically all of these things are lining up perfectly. The more things that are lining up, if you have the VWAP, you have the EMAs, you have resistance turning into support. I mean, that's 3 things that are lining up perfectly for the idea of being bullish and for this moving higher. And you can see it ended up running all the way up there to 780. I ended up taking profit on this push up here, kind of as we were pushing up into the 740, 750, 760 area, and locking in that profit there. So a just beautiful setup here. Like I said, everything lining up perfectly, right? Like, everything literally lining up perfectly. At that point, we pushed up to that 312 area. I'm sitting there like, okay, I don't want to go and FOMO into this, and I definitely don't want to be buying at the top. So that's exactly what we ended up not doing. We did not buy at the top. We got that push up to the 311.70 area, and then that pullback to the VWAP. We reclaimed the VWAP, and then we started kind of chopping around. And then there was one more trade here that turned up pretty good. And then we had one more trade later on the day here, kind of that same idea, having that 3-minute trend going down. We had the VWAP, we reclaimed the VWAP, we broke that downward trend, and we had a small move here from the 309, 310 area up to 311.46. We got stuck there, we continued to go sideways, ended up locking in that profit there, and now the market's starting to sell off when it couldn't push above that area there at the 311.50. So what's interesting here is I want to show you guys as well is you look at the volume profile from this morning. We had all that volume up in this level from like the 311 to 312 area, a lot of volume up there. And look at, we almost had like just a huge spike in volume up here. Obviously there's more volume now, but we had a huge spike in volume up in this level. And then we really didn't have much going on in this level between like 311 or like 310.50 down to 309.50. Didn't really have much going on in terms of volume there. And look at how the market just dropped right from that 310.84 level right down there to 309 and then found support. So kind of interesting to see how those pockets in volume, you know, having that big spike in volume up here, the buyers, the bears, the bulls battling, and then not much going on in this level. That's when we just washed right through there. So what does that tell us? You know, it gives us an idea if you're getting short in the future and you're looking like, hey, look, we're up here. We got all this volume. I'm looking for a breakdown. Where's my target? You know, your target can be set basically at that next area of interest on the volume profile there. So kind of, you know, always kind of looking for new ideas and new things to be focused on when I'm trading. This previous area here from the 309.50 area, that was previous resistance. That turned into support there at 309.50. So a little bit of a bounce. Previous area of resistance turning into support, you know, another bullish move, and then getting that double bottom there at the 309.50 area, right where that previous area of support and resistance was, where we broke out earlier in the day. So that second move, kind of overall, the volume just really low through the middle of the day here. I mean, pretty much after this move here, it was low pretty much the rest of the day. And now you can see the volume starting to come up as the market's selling off here. But as we sell off, you know, we're basically selling off back to this area of interest down here at the 307. You got the support down there at 306. How much lower can it go today? The $1 million question. But definitely kind of just a little choppiness going on right now, kind of in this range as well. So I ended up walking away once we saw that we couldn't break above that 312 area, and I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm going to walk, take my profit. Always trying to figure out how I can combine all these different indicators to see, you know, when I should be entering, when I should be exiting, and what should be my overall idea with the trade. So always learning, always trying to be a better trader, and always trying to kind of see, you know, what we can learn here. And I think, you know, we're getting there. We're in a zone right now. The last 3 days have been kind of on it, and I feel, you know, like it's time to keep on moving along, keep on progressing, keep getting better, keep the emotions in check, and keep the trading going. If you guys haven't already, do me one favor, hit that like button, subscribe button, all the buttons down below. I'll talk to you guys later on.
Yeah.